Okay, so this topic is called fascism creep. So there's a couple of things that happened this week. I just want to list them, and then maybe you guys can share your thoughts. Okay, so just some things that happened. First of all, we have the whole uh, ignoring of court orders. You know, Trump administration just being like, "Oh, you say that? Yeah, okay, whatever. That's bad." Then Trump going after the judges, saying he's going to impeach judges, to the point where even mighty John Roberts was roused from his stupor, like Punxsutawney Phil, you know. Oh, I see my shadow. It's 6 more weeks of fascism. So, and had to issue a statement because that's what he does. The military is now operating on U.S. soil down at the border, and they've come up with a kind of loophole by moving the military base on the border. Therefore, the military is just going to be on the border. But this is also kind of a gateway to now the military is operating in the United States. ICE is obviously rounding up people, and I don't even want to use the word deport because that's not what's happening. They're extraditing them to nations where they do not live and putting them in prison for no reason without due process. There's this whole El Salvador prison thing where everybody watched the videos because Trump wanted everyone to watch the videos of these very, very Nazi-looking guys with masks running around like the apparatchiks of Ivan the Terrible, shaving people's heads and their beards and this and that because they have a tattoo on their shoulder that says "Mom" or something. People aren't allowed to come into the country now from places like, France because they text something bad about Trump on their phone. And we have the capitulation. We talked about this a little bit before. The legacy media long ago capitulated. Even before he took office, they capitulated. Now, this week is the white shoe law firms. That's that Paul Weiss thing. They're all done. They've all, and if the fucking white shoe law firm can't take him on, I mean, come on. Ivy League universities, Nina, as you alluded to, Columbia is now going to do whatever he says, and he's going to keep attacking them anyway. And of course, the retail companies, Target and Walmart and whatnot that were being boycotted. That's a lot of stuff, and it's all pointed in the direction of holy shit. So, Nina, let's start with you. What are your thoughts on any one of the things listed?
Well, it's the Orban model. They're inching their way towards a constitutional crisis. We're probably already in it. Mm-hmm. And they have state media today. Media Matters published a report on how many times Fox News has had guests or anchors attacking these judges in the last, since Trump got inaugurated, attacking the judges who are standing up against him. And, there were reports in the papers about the, in the New York Times about the judges being threatened and fearing for their safety. So yeah, we're at that point. It's like any other country. I'm not a student of fascism like Ruth Ben-Ghiat, but I mean, if you had paid half minutes of attention to what's going on in when there were like riots in Pakistan or something, it was always like the lawyers are, they're standing up against, the government, and they're the ones getting thrown in jail, and it's like the journalists and the lawyers, they're going to throw them in jail, and they jail them in, forget their lawyers in China, but they jail the journalists in all those countries, and the lawyers in, in South America, they go down. In these, that's what they do. So I don't know if I don't know what Paul Weiss and these companies, there are other ones, he went after First Hoy. I can't remember what it's called. It's the one that represents Democrats, and Mark Elias was affiliated with. Yes. They hate so much because Mark Elias went after
he named Mark Elias. He's like, keeps
and they're going after the lawyers. So yeah, first let's kill all the lawyers, right? Shakespeare said, but that's what they're trying to do. They're going after the lawyers, they're going after the judiciary. And as you mentioned, Roberts wakes up. So what's going to happen? Does Handmaid and Roberts now joined the liberals. When the next case gets up there, that's going to be the test. Okay, they're going to take all of this stuff is going to go up to them eventually, right? It's going to go to the Supremes. What's going to happen? It literally is going to come down to, as it did before when they gave him fucking immunity and made him a king. It's going to come down to these few people, one or two, well, two, it has to be two, who say, you know, enough is enough. And then that is when you are going to see the real test. Are they going to break down and say, you know what? Fuck you, Supreme Court. We don't have to listen to you. Or does the Supreme Court go, yeah, it's okay if you use the War Powers Act to remove people who might be gang members, but who you have not proved are, you know, it's okay.
Due process.
It's okay to throw due process out. You know, are they going to go down that road? Or are they going to? So we're still kind of waiting for it to get, I don't know. Will it be at the height of summer? When are they going to bring these cases up to the Supreme Court? The Supreme Court, it takes forever to grant cert and all that stuff. And they usually come out with their cases in their decisions in June, and then they go on vacation or something, and they're not there for a while. So all this stuff comes out in June. So are they getting the cases up to the Supreme Court? Maybe. I mean, what's his name? Judge Boasberg they're going to have to take that somewhere. And I think it will end up with him. With the Supremes. And then what happens? I guess that's when we're going to know, you know. That's my
he's going to not listen to them is what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen.
Probably not going to listen to them.
You need to print now.
And then they will have
prepare for that.
And then they will, you know, Clarence Thomas and Alito will have what they wanted to have. You know, they'll have the king, and all of these Catholic Opus Dei fuckers who are aligned with them will have what they want, you know, and Curtis Yarvin and all these people who want a monarchy or a dictator will have a dictator, and we'll see what happens. You know, I mean, the greatest country, you know, all of these are, you know, our medical and you know, scientific expertise trashed by this idiot that they put in charge of HHS, and that, you know, everything is just in, you know, it's under attack, and we know that. But I still hold out hope. I've said all this. I still hold out hope that the pendulum swings somehow, that people will come to their senses somewhere. You know, like if they stand up to if they say to the Supreme Court, we're not going to do what you're telling us to do, will the Republicans, will there be enough people to say, no, this is enough? I mean, maybe not. I don't know.